Everybody, and I mean everybody's favorite card is back, the Electro Giant. We're not clickbaiting. This is not clickbait at all. E-Giant is actually back and it's dominating right now. It's currently, believe it or not, and also take it with a grain of salt because this is the best E-Giant player in the world. Top, what, 6 on 2 accounts? This man, Mod, wherever you pronounce it, God, I just butchered that, is currently number 3 and number 6 in the world with E-Giant. And it is absolutely back in the meta because of its ability to just really handle beatdown decks, beat things like Graveyard, beat things like Cycle if you outplay well enough. And it's just honestly a nice balance and refresher to the current meta. Another nice thing is you don't honestly have to use the same combination of cards with E-Giant. It kind of, the best variant to use switches by, like, I guess Mod's mood. He kind of just, one day he's just using Witch and Baby Dragon, the next day he's using Baby Dragon XC, the next day it's Golden Knight. So there's a good and a bad here. Good is that sometimes, you know, if you're free to play, you might not have the right deck immediately, but also at the same time, you could play so many different variants of the deck that my Witch is in front of. My Witch is not in front of the... Where is, what is happening to my Witch? Well, good news is that against Cycle decks, we're really going to be able to abuse the double E-Giant strategy and also getting good lightning value, as well as just outplaying with NATO, and Speedy Baby Dragon will actually really help us here. Baby Dragon is actually not uncommon in E-Giant. You see it all the time, or you used to when E-Giant was meta, back before the Evo Baby Dragon was in every single deck in the game. But yeah, you'd think maybe it's a beatdown deck, right? E-Giant's kind of build big push, big guy, fat man, take tower. It kind of doesn't, like, a little bit, but it's more of a control deck. So you're more focusing on how well can you play defense all game and then turn that into offense at the very end of the game. Do I know how to pull a Hog Rider to the... Okay, yes, but also no. What I think I'm going to do is just take this lightning and then reset a little bit, because I do need a little bit of damage. I want him to overspend on the Witch, because that would actually be kind of nice. If the Skellies die, they do... Okay. I actually got a little more damage than I was thinking I was going to get there. All right, so, I mean, you could see why it would be like a control deck, if you know what that means. If you're a casual, basically, it just means we're really focusing on playing defense most of the game, building counter pushes. It's just mainly our focus is on defense and defending things, not taking damage, as opposed to building big pushes. So as you can see here, we're actually building big pushes off of our counter push, if that makes sense. I'm just going to let that go, to be honest. And then we're going to get another one down because he just used the second cannon on the same thing. And since he doesn't have 3-card cycle, that means he's not going to be able to instantly get back to it. Let's just go Cage here because in case by some miracle of God, he defends this push properly. We'll go Witch in the opposite lane, so he has to deal with 2 things. I don't want him to have the damage lead anyways. Let's actually Tornado to pull this into the E-Giant so that he gets stunned and also my Witch is on the tower, which is really nice. No pun intended. Let's heal up the Witch and get a little more damage. So now I can pretty much pick whatever lane I want to go after. I'm going to cycle a Baby Drag just to get back to my Evo, though. Because, okay. So the moment... Okay, I'm sorry. I want to crash out. Okay, basically, the moment I start recording a video, I get an allergy attack and my nose starts sniffling among many other things, like itching. It is terrible. I hate it. And it wasn't happening for the 2.5 hours that I was doing something that wasn't recording a video. So I don't really, yeah, I'm a little shocked. Let's lock back in. We don't want to let him back into this game. Let's go E-Giant the back. A big tip I'd give you, one big tip, is that you don't want to ease up on the pressure. Or hold on, let me rephrase this. You don't want to, how do I say this? Start playing differently because the game has gone on. You still want to stick to the fundamentals of, you know, E-Giant the back. You want to make sure that it's in the back. You're not going E-Giant the bridge or something stupid like that. You know, just making the right plays, taking your time. Just because you're in a damage lead, sometimes that means you can iron out on the defensive end and you don't need to play extra offense. You never want to get over aggressive and extend with E-Giant because it is a control deck. It's not meant to make big comebacks. You're meant to just have the lead and keep the lead. All right, Triple G, let's see what you got for me. Now, I kind of do miss playing with the Diddy Cage. I mean, who doesn't? But the Goblin Brawler, he still packs a really good punch. he's still, I mean, aside from being one of the best defensive cards in the game, gets consistent defensive value a lot, especially since you have other bailout cards like Baby Dragon slowing things down. Unfortunately, it does not give me the King Tower placement there, but, you know, he could slow things. Paired with the Baby Dragon, he can actually catch up to things that you normally wouldn't be able to catch up to. Obviously, Tornado as well to pull things into the Brawler. This isn't going to happen every single time you play him, but the Goblin Brawler is going to pretty consistently be a staple of the defense in this deck, so that's a good thing. I think that's a pretty good thing, and it makes the Goblin Brawler or the Goblin Cage the best building for this deck, which, you know, is pretty much been the case for a long time. I think you've seen some E-Giant with the cannon kind of, but those have been like weird, really weird metas, like either peak broken Evo Cannon or like back when you needed to have any advantage you could because you were E-Giant mirroring rocket cycling your tower. Like now I think that kind of a throwback, if you guys are like OGs on the channel, to going Tombstone and then Lava. I don't normally just randomly E-Giant the back, but if I have a Cage on the board and I have 10 Elixir, I'm going E-Giant the back because Cage and the 3 extra Elixir can defend literally anything in the game. Like, I'm not worried about that. And I am going to tank this Dark Prince in order to keep enough Elixir so I could go in with something like a Lightning for this Eye Tower, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing. We'll go Lightning here, and I wouldn't have been able to afford that if I overspent there, so that's a good thing that I did do that. Oh, that's a beautiful Ice Spirit, to be honest. That's actually beautiful. Peak defense from him. I probably, in hindsight, shouldn't have tanked that Dark Prince, but to be honest, I didn't know he was cold like that. So, I mean, now I do. But yeah, I mean, against Eye Tower, I think getting as much lightning value as we can, maybe using a Barbell to block something. We'll see what goes on here. Oh, I could have absolutely activated the King Tower, but I wasn't sure if my Brawler was going to pull that or not. Okay, also another thing we need to be careful of is rocket cycling. I don't want to go E-Giant into the lane where he has a rocket or bonus tower damage. I'm actually going to take this early so I can get back to another one potentially. Maybe speed up the... Ooh, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we could speed up our E-Giant. Let's go Bar Barrel here in case he does go with the Eye Tower. Gonna make it a little bit more difficult for him. Speed it up. Oh, Triple G. This is one of the sequences of all time. We have a speedy E-Giant and no Eye Tower in cycle. Triple G! Triple G. Okay, what are you gonna... Triple G, this ain't defending. Triple G. Triple G, the defense ain't defensing. Triple G! Lock in! Yeah, it's all it takes. Patience, calm, collected, double E-Giant, double gulp. I don't have anything else to make that cooler, actually. Mahmoud, my friend. You're going to, unfortunately, or actually fortunately for me, face the plight of the E-Giant. Now, I would love to say that okay, this might be completely incorrect, honestly, but what I've seen from my limited sample size of... Oh my god! Can we activate my King Tower, actually? Okay, so this is, this is a dangerous game, but I'm gonna play it. Okay, I'm gonna play... Okay, you could have vines or something. Oh my god. Well, that was one hell of a start. He's going giant in front of this, and I don't know what to do. Oh, he's not going giant in front. Fascinating. I like this split, actually. I really like this split of the guards, because they're still going to do work against the mini pecker. Okay, you know what? Unfortunately, I did have to overspend a little bit, so I don't get the craziest counter push. But I mean, baby drag chip damage is definitely not something to complain about. Definitely not something to complain about. We can cycle our Evo Witch too. You know what? Call me a fool. Call me a freaking fool. But I think there might be something we can do with this matchup. And now, how we're going to do that? Well, it's going to involve making sure our E-Giants are timed very well, so I don't get mini peckered and or Sparkied. Because you can see... Sparky would do work against my E-Giant, so I have to be really careful. But also, so would the mini pecker. So we got a guards here as well, so we can kind of counteract that mini pecker. I don't want to I got to be careful about overextending here. Wait, what if I just... We just go over there. Oh my... The Sparky! Are you freaking serious? Okay, at least we still took the tower. Oh my god, I think I'm going to lose this tower, though. Okay, I'm going to go Cage over here. We just need to kill these minions, bro. We need to kill these minions. And we're going to take out that giant. I'm not worried about that giant. I'm actually going to... I'm going to guards here. I was going to lightning, but I'm not going to lightning because that would have been too expensive, too risky. And we did it, baby. I told you. Okay, so maybe a slight blunder with the NATO, but I felt like getting the mini P.E.K.K.A out of there was the right play to do. And we ended up taking the tower. So, look. Can I be a hater for just a second? Because, I mean, we are on the 4th game in the video. So, I mean... If I can be a little bit of a hater because you guys are my OG, like not OG, some of you are probably new gen, but you guys are my real viewers. Like you guys are in the 4th game of the video. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys. So you guys get to see me be a little bit of a hater. I am on a nice winning streak with E-Giant and I will not be, oh my God. Okay. All right. Slow it down. I will not be toppled by a man named, or woman named Gabriel. No. Get a pre-bar barrel. Okay, that was never going to do anything, but yeah, we're getting kited. So Ice Golem, Giant, 3 Musketeers. Why the hell not? Oh, Goblet Brawler packing a freaking punch. How much damage does he do? Wait, hold on. What the heck? 424 plus 67. Oh my God, no! What is that? What number is that? 491. He does 491 damage. That took me too long. Math is not... Okay, I'm not bad at math, but I'm also not like freaking a prodigy. Small problem. I need to be able to afford to lightning the 3 Musketeers. So I have to be very, 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 very careful with how I spend my elixir. I'm gonna freaking spend all my elixir right here. I don't give a damn. What do you want? Do you want to be careful or do you want to be like sexy with it? Because I could go let this lock on and then go barbell guards and like totally kill these musketeers and also like probably lose my tower. But at the same time, it's like, look at his freaking king tower, you know? What the heliante? Okay, come in here. Let's get dirty with the E-Giant. Let's get me a little bit more king tower damage. And now, unless he wants to just turn around and decide to go after my king tower, we're going to be pushing into the same lane as he's pushing into, which as a control E-Giant player is a good thing to do. So, let's go. You're ice goleming. We all know it. Every single one of us and our mothers knows it. But it's still good work regardless. Okay. So I do have to be careful about the minion horde, but the fact that I can... Not if you play it like that, Gabriel! Jeez Louise, what the heck was that? Okay, the witch, can you please not die to 1 minion? You died to 1 minion. Okay, we'll just reset then. Every time I reset, I'd run the risk of actually losing to 3 Musketeers. But that's, you know, a risk we're going to have to take. Golden Knight's obviously going to wreak havoc, so I have to be careful using my guards. He's not back to minion horde. He is, what, should be 2 cards off? Let's go speed this up. Wait, he snuck an extra card in there. Maybe it was 3 card cycle, I don't freaking know. I ain't paying attention. Go Gob Cage. We're not paying attention. We're playing E-Giant. Lock in. We're getting really close to being able to lightning cycle this guy. Speedy Electro Giant. I dare you to get 3 Musketeers to stop the hunk beast. 456-pound man of iron. There's no iron in that man's body. What the hell am I talking about? Can I lightning this? Or are you gonna block it? Can I lightning? Can I go lightning on it? Thank you very much.